Good evening and welcome to Cavantv, part of the irishwebtv.com media group. Thank you to Saro for the gigabit broadband and to Positive Age for the use of the studio here in Drummondlea, Cavan. Well, we're getting used to the new norm. Many things have been planned for Cavan this year, but due to COVID and social distancing, people have had to rechange their thinking on a way of doing things. One thing that was planned was Cavan Calling, and we did have Conor Harrington in the studio telling us about that earlier in the year. But of course, with COVID restrictions, all has had to change. But not all is lost. Instead of Cavan Calling, we've got Cavan Day. Now, to tell me all about that in the studio today, I've got Conor Harrington, who is the Communications Officer for Cavan's County Council, and our own Louise O'Reilly, who's the presenter on Cavan Day. Good evening, folk. All things Cavan this evening.
Yes, sure is.
Great. So, as we're saying, Conor, things have changed. Like COVID, we lost our St. Patrick's Day parade. Cavan Calling was going to be a great thing. It was going to be across the water, across the sea, a big thing. It was great plan, a great idea, but things have had to change. So, as I said, not all is lost. You came up with Cavan Day.
Yeah, well, I suppose, it's been a tough year for everyone, and, cancelling Cavan Calling was unfortunate, but there's worse things that have happened, of course, but we thought we'd try and maybe give people a lift. Cavan people here at home, around the world, people that have a fondness for the county, and give them something to sort of feel connected. A lot of people are maybe missing family and friends. They're isolated maybe in other cities across the world. So on the 26th of September they can sort of come together as a global Cavan family and share their pride in their county and share pictures and stories and videos and what have you.
So just get this straight out there to people who are out there saying, what is he talking about on the 26th of September? And it is at 5 o'clock on the 26th of September. You're going to go live on Cavan TV, and
there I suppose there's two strands to it. One strand is this fantastic TV programme that we've made. Louise here has presented it with Alan Bradley, a well-known filmmaker in Virginia, and that's going out at 5 p.m. Irish time, and that will be a sort of a magazine-style programme. Louise will give the lowdown on that. Then the other part is more participative, which is we want people to get involved online. So whether you're on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, we want you to throw on your Cavan jersey or something blue, and maybe if you're in Sydney, take a picture of yourself in Sydney and wish your fellow Cavan people a happy Cavan Day. Maybe you're missing family back home, record a wee video and send it to them. Or even just maybe share a photo of a time if you're not from Cavan but you visited Cavan, maybe share some of your holiday snaps and use the Cavan Day hashtag. That way everyone can track it and see what's going on.
So you want people to do this? Do you want people to do that on the night or beforehand?
Throughout the day, it's 5 p.m. is when the show. That's the jewel in the crown.
On the day,
absolutely, on the day, and you know what? In the run-up, there's never a bad time to shout about Cavan. So
absolutely.
But the main day,
I love the signs that are around the town at the moment. Love Cavan. Do you know Cavan?
It's a great initiative.
Cavan. It's another great initiative.
And we want businesses in Cavan as well to jump on the Cavan Day hashtag as well. So if you're selling something, if you've got a product or service you're offering in Cavan, share that with the world and with Cavan people as well. So we want it to be
so
inclusive.
That's it, folks. We love Cavan, keep Cavan good. Louise, you got the fantastic job of being the presenter of all these fabulous people.
Yeah, I'm so lucky. I was absolutely delighted to be asked and to be involved in such a fantastic initiative to celebrate.
Right up your street.
Right up my street. And it's great to dip my toe in the waters and interview so many well-known Cavan names from...
Throw out a few there. I
suppose from the arts through to enterprise and to sport and GAA. So some great guests which I think everyone's going to really, really enjoy. So we have the likes of Michael Harding, writer, Darvla Crotty, award-winning Irish actress, right through to Philip Doherty and Erin Monaghan, who have just won many awards at the Galway Film Arts Festival for 2020. And then we have a really inspirational story. It's a world champion powerlifter, so quite a new one for me to interview, but Brittany Arenzi, who was making her journey to the Olympics, but unfortunately due to COVID that was has been postponed until next year. So a really, really good story. And then we have Anne Rudden, who tells us about her exceptional business and how she's grown it, and she's got some new chocolates on the market. So that was some great interviews. So that's just a little flavour of what's on the show. And of course there's lots of music with the likes of Cathy Durkin, and there's some of the ones that spring to mind.
Well, as you said, that's just a flavour, and that's just a flavour of County Cavan, and that is absolutely wonderful. You were spoiled for choice actually, as to know who to bring on. So really well done on that. It took the filming would have been quite interesting as well.
Well, I was delighted to be working with
Alan Bradley.
With Alan Bradley, yeah. So Alan is an actor, but he's a filmmaker, and he's better known recently and throughout the summer. He had a show on RTE. It was the Sean Boylan documentary. So it received rave reviews, and it was very, very popular. So I was delighted when I heard I was going to be working with Alan, and he's so professional and he's got great vision. So I'm really, really excited to see what he's going to produce and what we're going to witness on the 26th.
Yeah, brilliant, Louise. Definitely all over. Big round of applause for that. Conor, just to get back to the idea of that we can't do our normal things anymore. We can't go en masse anywhere. We can't go in a crowd anywhere. So we're just having to knuckle down and do things differently.
Yeah,
that is the new way of looking
absolutely.
At things, and this is different, but it's going to work.
Well, one of the silver linings of this whole pandemic has been that technology has really helped get people through. 10, 15 years ago it would have been a very different situation, because we wouldn't have had the technology to keep in touch with vulnerable relatives or people that are overseas, where we have that now. So it's about just using what we have to make the best of it, and it will be a great event. It looks like
it's the way to go.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of things will when things have settled down and the pandemic is gone and we have a vaccine, there'll be a lot of things that will be more online that probably weren't before. And it's great. It's great that it makes the world a smaller place. So Cavan Calling, we will have it in the flesh, but this gives people an opportunity who maybe couldn't come home anyway to really participate in the event and share. There's lots of people around the world with Cavan relatives from Cavan themselves, or maybe they just like Cavan. They've got an affinity with the county for whatever reason. There's lots of reasons, and it gives them a chance to fly the flag and feel a part of something, which is great. So we're looking forward to people getting on the Cavan Day hashtag on the 26th of September and sharing their pride.
Tell folks one more time to do that. Tell
Absolutely,
us
yeah. And we have lots of other people. Like we've Chris Noth, who played Mr. Big in Sex and the City. His great grandfather was from Cavan, so he's sent us a little message which will be broadcasting live on the day. We've Leanne Kiernan and Killian Sheridan, well-known footballers as well. So people who couldn't come to Cavan on the day to film the show, but they've sent in messages, and we're encouraging people to do that. So send a message to your family at home, or to just globally Cavan people. 20 seconds on the phone. It's easily done now. Put Cavan Day hashtag, and we'll turn the internet blue and white for the day.
Go viral. So now, for what do people do on the day? Just to log on, or where do they log on? How do they log on?
They can log on Cavantv to watch it on the Cavantv channel. They can go to cavancalling.com and see it, or they can go to the Cavan Calling Facebook page. So you'll be spoiled for choice.
You have three platforms to go to.
It'll be on live
it's
5 p.m.
streamed at the same time from
exactly
the stream.
And it'll stay up as well. So it's not, if you can't tune in at 5 p.m. Irish time, it will be up on YouTube forever. So but we encourage people obviously to tune in live and have a communal.
Great initiative, Conor. Can you see this developing, going anywhere? Been an annual thing? Been an annual thing? Can you see it going?
Yeah, I think so. And as I said, we hope to have the full Cavan Calling experience next year in 2021. We don't have a date yet because, of course, we're still seeing how things pan out with COVID. But we envisage that the Cavan Day element will be part of that every year, and that can be a virtual experience that brings everyone together, and then we'll have obviously hopefully people coming home as well. So we'll have it on two fronts. So, but this is it's early days, but we're getting great feedback from people all across the world and here at home. So we're hoping it'll be a big success.
Well done. It's a brilliant initiative, and I have a feeling it's going to be a big one.
Definitely.
So I'd like to say thanks to Louise, and well done, Louise, on your work. We'll see it on the day, and to Conor for telling us all about it. So once again, Conor Harrington, Communications Officer with Cavan County Council, and Louise O'Reilly, presenter, talking about Cavan Day, which is again the 26th, Saturday, the 26th of September at 5 o'clock.